Imagine walking through a flea market and seeing an old painting leaning against a dusty wall. You buy it for $20. You take it home. Then, weeks later, someone knocks on your door. Not because you owe money, not because you've committed a crime, but because the painting hanging in your living room is worth $50 million, and it was stolen decades ago. It sounds impossible, but it has happened, again and again. Because when famous paintings disappear, they don't always end up hidden inside secret vaults owned by billionaires. Sometimes, they simply vanish into ordinary life. A masterpiece can sit in a basement, a garage, a storage unit, or even above someone's fireplace. Tonight, we're investigating 5 real stolen paintings that could still be hiding in plain sight. Some vanished during wars, others disappeared during daring heists. And despite decades of investigations involving police, art experts, and international agencies, none of these masterpieces have ever been recovered. Someone, somewhere, may be looking at them right now. This is the Art Detective, and these are 5 stolen paintings that could be hiding in plain sight. The Storm on the Sea of Galilee. In March 1990, 2 men dressed as police officers arrived at the doors of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. It was after midnight. They told the security guards they were responding to a disturbance. The guards made one catastrophic mistake. They let them inside. The men were not police officers. They were thieves. Within minutes, the guards were handcuffed and tied up in the basement. The robbers then wandered through the museum for 81 minutes. They took 13 works of art. Among them was one priceless masterpiece, The Storm on the Sea of Galilee. It was painted by Rembrandt van Rijn around 1633, and it was the artist's only seascape. Only one. Imagine if there was only one photograph ever taken by a legendary photographer. Only one song ever recorded by a famous musician. That's how unique this painting is. The thieves cut it directly out of its frame. Not carefully, not professionally. They literally sliced the canvas from the wall. Today, the empty frame still hangs inside the museum. It's a reminder that the painting remains missing. The estimated value? More than $100 million. But here's the strange part. A painting this famous cannot be sold publicly. No major auction house would touch it. No serious collector could display it. Anyone who recognized it would immediately know it was stolen. So why steal it? Investigators believe the thieves may never have intended to sell it. Instead, stolen masterpieces often become criminal currency. A painting worth millions can be traded for favors, used in negotiations, or hidden as insurance within criminal organizations. And because of that, experts believe the Storm on the Sea of Galilee could still exist somewhere, rolled inside a tube, hidden behind a false wall, stored in an attic, waiting, the just judges. Sometimes, a painting doesn't disappear for years. Sometimes, it disappears for nearly a century. In 1934, a panel called The Just Judges vanished from St. Bavo's Cathedral. It was part of the legendary Ghent altarpiece, created by Jan van Eyck. The theft shocked Europe. Then something strange happened. The thief began sending letters. He demanded money, and he proved he had the painting. Investigators eventually identified the suspect as a stockbroker named Arsène Godartier. Then he suddenly died. But before dying, he reportedly whispered, "I alone know where the painting is." Those words launched one of the greatest treasure hunts in history. The church was searched. Walls were examined. Crypts were opened. Buildings were demolished. Hidden compartments were investigated. Nothing. The painting was simply gone. Experts believe it may still be hidden somewhere in Belgium, perhaps inside a wall, perhaps buried underground, perhaps sitting unnoticed inside an old building. For 90 years, nobody has found it, which means there is an extraordinary possibility. One of the world's greatest missing masterpieces, maybe only a few miles from people who pass by it every day. The Concert. The artist Johannes Vermeer painted fewer than 40 known works. That means every single painting is unbelievably important. One of them was called The Concert, and it vanished during the same Gardner Museum robbery. The painting showed 3 musicians gathered together, quiet, elegant, beautiful. Its estimated value today? Around $200 million. That makes it one of the most valuable missing paintings on Earth. Think about that. There are countries whose annual budgets are smaller than the value of this single artwork. Yet someone cut it from its frame and carried it away in the darkness, and it has never been seen again. Could it still exist? Experts think so. Because destroying such a masterpiece would be almost unimaginable, and selling it openly is impossible. That leaves one explanation. Someone kept it, perhaps as a bargaining tool, perhaps as a trophy, perhaps because they simply loved possessing something nobody else could have. The painting could be inside a private residence, a hidden room, a warehouse, or a forgotten storage locker. Somewhere in the world, one of the rarest paintings ever created may still be quietly waiting to be rediscovered. In August 2010, thieves broke into the Mahmoud Khalil Museum. Their target? A small painting by Vincent van Gogh. Poppy flowers. The theft was almost unbelievable. Security cameras weren't functioning properly. Alarms reportedly failed. Dozens of museum employees were questioned, and the thieves simply disappeared. The painting was estimated to be worth around $50 million. It had actually been stolen once before in the 1970s and later recovered. Then it vanished again, and this time, it never came back. Investigators believe the painting could have been smuggled abroad, or perhaps it never left Egypt at all. It may be hidden in someone's private collection. And because Van Gogh's works are among the most recognizable paintings on Earth, displaying it publicly would be extremely dangerous. So where is it? Nobody knows. But history has repeatedly shown something surprising. Missing paintings often reappear in the strangest places. Closets, storage units, attics, even garages. Which means poppy flowers could still be sitting somewhere, unseen, while the world continues searching. Nativity with St. Francis and St. Lawrence. Our final painting may be the most mysterious of them all. In 1969, thieves entered the Oratory of San Lorenzo. Their target was a masterpiece by Caravaggio. The enormous painting had hung in the church for centuries. By morning it was gone. No witnesses, no clear evidence, nothing. Over time, investigators suspected connections to the Sicilian mafia. Then came years of bizarre claims. Some informants said the painting was hidden on a farm. Others claimed it had been damaged. Some even alleged it was destroyed. Yet no proof has ever emerged. Many experts still believe fragments of the painting, or perhaps the entire work, could survive somewhere. And that possibility is astonishing. A 400-year-old masterpiece, missing for more than half a century, potentially sitting in a forgotten room, unknown to its owner. These 5 paintings share something extraordinary. They are famous, worth hundreds of millions of dollars, recognized around the world, and yet they remain missing. Because art theft isn't like stealing cash. Money gets spent, jewelry gets sold, but stolen masterpieces often become ghosts. They survive, they wait, and eventually, many are found in the most ordinary places imaginable, which raises a fascinating question. What if one of these paintings is hanging in a house right now? What if it's hidden inside a storage unit? What if someone inherited it and has absolutely no idea what they possess? Somewhere in the world, these masterpieces may still exist. Silent, forgotten, hiding in plain sight. And until they're found, their empty frames continue to tell one of the greatest mysteries in the history of art. I'm the art detective. And remember, sometimes the world's greatest treasures aren't lost. They're simply waiting to be recognized.